Okay, folks, I'm with you here for a Tuesday. We've got some tower cam views. Got some changes in the weather coming, weather pattern coming. One of the first indications of that was it was warmer, quote unquote, this morning as opposed to yesterday morning. I think I calculated it was on the average in Sinai 22 degrees warmer this morning as 40s and lower 50s predominated, whereas yesterday we had temperatures ranging through the 20s Monday morning. So the cam view, mostly cloudy sky here in Alexandria, courtesy of Sinlock Broadcasting on Texas Avenue. Let's go to another cam. I'm going to go northwest southeast with you, starting in the southeast into St. Landry. Staley's near LeBeau. Always go by there. Supermarket and restaurant gets you something good to eat in that direction. A little rain, puddles on the roof as you see there, and a truck passing by, and it is mostly cloudy in that direction as well. Let's check the northwest as we go up to the historic city of Natchitoches. We've got a partly cloudy sky, mostly cloudy. There was a rain shaft moved through there earlier with the reduced visibility, but that's moved out so far. Coming up, cooler, then warmer again. So we'll have a little cool spell, brief, but then we go into some higher temperatures, and the weekend is looking splendid for you. I'll have some details on that, and I forgot to put it on here, but stay with me after the 7-day forecast, and we'll talk about, is it going to stay warm as we head deeper into February. So the radar, we want to look at our new sponsor, Tamco Building Products. I think those folks were helping us out here and sponsoring us here at Sinlaw Weather. We got the radar showing rain and occasionally some thunderstorms over in East Texas. Some of these cores are pretty good, looking like could be a little hail with that. And this is stronger than I thought it would be. I'll go, let's see, for about another hour down this way. And you can see that we've got the showers and thunderstorms kind of moving east and southeast, indicating the presence of a frontal boundary up to the north. As you see, we go from nothing to convection. And so there's a feature there, which is the dividing line or boundary between that. So if that continues to push east-southeastward, you'll get a chance of rain. I've barely had anything. I might have gotten 1/100th of an inch here in East Rapides Parish, but I think a little more is on the way. And Nick and I will watch for some severe weather. It's not expected, but, you know, sometimes we get fooled, and we'll continue to watch as far as that's concerned. And nothing showing up on the alerts so far, not even special weather statements, but we're aware of the possibility, remote as it is. Satellite and radar joining the front, moving southeastward into Louisiana now. Surface low attached to it up to the north. And down this way, you see moisture pooling with the front, and then the occurrence of convection. Most folks have gotten some rain so far, and I think more is on the way. We've got your future cast there through 8 o'clock. If you're going to be out doing some errands or entertainment, something like that, dash out, do a quick, say, errand at the store. You know, we've got hit and miss showers and some thunderstorms that will continue, and then we'll continue to see this move through tonight. In fact, this model tracking a broken band of rain and storms here across the area just before midnight. And then it makes a quick exit after midnight there, and by the time you get back to your morning commute, things are looking a lot better. It'll be a little cooler than it was this morning. Most thermometers will be in the 40s, not the lower 50s. And then going into Wednesday evening, coming back home for your PM commute, things are looking pretty good there. No issues as far as weather. And we will see a chillier start Thursday morning under a mostly sunny sky at that particular time. So once again, it'll be time for little sweaters and jackets and long sleeves Thursday morning as a light freeze is projected. So Tuesday, that's now. Bubbles of air, we're playing with that again. Cool bubbles, this time of year, cold bubbles, warm bubbles. And I'll just kind of let this play out and let it go for a few days into the weekend as we see the colder air kind of moving away from us. Warming trend begins as this warm bubble of air takes control of our forecast, and that will continue for a while. And then we look into later next week, say the middle part of next week, and then we see once again another outbreak of some cooler air here, dropping southward across the west coast. We call this a trough, okay, a cool trough or a cold trough. It's a weather changer. And eventually, if that stays out there and moves this way a little bit, we'll see a moisture response from the Gulf of Mexico that might bring us some additional rainfall. So, all right, let's check it out. Let's go into the 7-day forecast first. This is week 1, and we can do it in detail, okay, because we're more confident in what we're saying. And we'll go 30% AM lingering. That would be early Wednesday. You saw by your morning commute, it's probably out of here, but cooler, only highs in the 50s. By Thursday, we bottom out, got 32 for an average. I think 29 could be the colder reading, and maybe 35 folks holding above freezing there. But I'll give you some details. But there will be some light freezes in some locations there for Thursday, but not like what we had. So 55 for your high, kind of a crisp day, mostly sunny, a pretty day Friday. Look at the big warm up there we've got Friday afternoon, pushing it into the lower 70s. Sunny on Saturday. We hold steady about 70 degrees. Sunday, mostly sunny, 75. I don't know when it's been that warm. I'd have to look on my records to see that. So that's part of that gorgeous weekend that I'm talking about, 74 for Monday. Notice minimum temperatures continue to warm up, indicating there is a little bit more moisture in the air. In fact, I'm going to break down and put about 20% in for next Tuesday with a mostly cloudy sky. Okay, I promised you some outlooks. Let's go beyond this to week 2, okay, beyond the 7-day. And this is the period February 11th, that week through the 17th. Normally we see 42, 63. Indications are we got a big bubble of warm air. You saw it in the graphic just before the 7-day. That's why I played it, so you can see why this is happening. We're seeing this big change from the cold weather we had heading through the last week of January and the first couple of days of February through yesterday morning. All right, so that pattern is going to change up, and there we are, right smack dab over us, above normal temperatures. And then as far as precipitation is concerned, this is an area of wet weather expected, wetter than normal, and out across the west coast. Otherwise, we kind of have a lean toward the wetter condition here, near normal right through South Louisiana. So what that means is generally we get about a little over an inch during that week. And so this says that there will be a good many rain gauges, hopefully that can get a little bit more than this if that trough stays out to the west, creating above normal rainfall out in that particular area. Okay, that's it from me. Nick Mikulas will be back with you in the morning, and I'll be back in the PM and in the forecast center, so don't go away. Thanks for your support for Cenla Weather.